What's up YouTube, Jay Traveling here. Today I want to share something that was pretty exciting to me. May not be as exciting to you guys, but I finally bought the start to my racing simulator. So I bought the steering wheel, the pedals, and the shifter. It's a Logitech G920 with the Logitech shifter that I will be using. I do have project cars too that I purchased already that I'll be playing with it. I have Forza Horizon 3 on Xbox. And I may sign up for Xbox Game Pass and get Forza Horizon 4 and whatever else they release. I also look at games like Dirt and iRacing. iRacing, I don't want to sign up for it yet because it's a monthly subscription. I get that with a monthly subscription, I get the most up-to-date stuff. And from what I've read, the reviews, it is a really great platform to race for racing simulation. Eventually, I do want to get into VR, which is why I want to build this and get it up and running. But let's go ahead and I'll show you the unboxing of it and show you the steering wheel, the pedals, and the shifter that I got. Most of you guys that are into racing simulations probably know this gear already, but I'll go over it and unbox it, and then we'll talk with my thoughts on it. So here we are, we got the shifter, we got the wheel, and the pedals. So I did want the shifter because I do drive manual in most of my cars, and pretty much in a racing simulator I feel like it's just going to be more fun. I did get the Xbox compatible one because I do have an Xbox. I do plan on upgrading to an Xbox Series X once they're more readily in stock, and I'll sell off my Xbox here. So we'll get these unboxed. I have my Husky knife that I take pretty much everywhere. It helps me a lot at work, so it's going to be hard to do it with one hand, so I'll have to take a lot of this stuff out of the box and show you guys once I get it out. But the shifter looks pretty nice. As you can see in the photo, it looks like it just hooks on. So let's check now. I know people modify these, and I do have a 3D printer, so I may be modifying this thing, but let's see here. Here's the shifter, and I'll be using this. I have a couple PC games that I'll buy. I was looking at iRacing, but I don't want a monthly subscription to a game. I just don't see the point in it. But I'm gonna have to cut this bag off real quick. So that's the shifter. It looks like you can just mount it to your table. So yeah, a couple bolts down here to loosen these arms down, and then you see the bolts. Loosen those arms down, and then you can mount it to the table. So I'll probably table mount this for a while. People like take this apart, take these screws out, and then modify inside the shifter to make it a little more stiff. I'll try it out before I go modifying anything, obviously. I know some people print different shift knobs. I do have some shift knobs from some old cars of mine that would be pretty awesome if they fit on this, but I doubt they will, since this is made for video games, not an actual car. Then this plugs into the steering wheel, I believe, and that's what's going to plug into the computer. And I think the pedals will plug into the steering wheel also. So I'm going to put this box aside, and we can try and get this open and see what is in there. So I'm going to open this up off camera and show you guys what's inside. So I got it cut off, or cut open, and we're going to see, we have cords. This looks to me like a power block. So this is my power block to get power, I'm assuming. Yep, that's just to get power from the wall to it. Another cable. This is, it looks like it fits the shifter, but I'm not sure. Some advertisements to buy seats. I think these are instructions. There's instructions on how to put it together. So I'll worry about that when I get to it. Pedal assembly. Now this is actually really nice. So I plan on building a cockpit, but I'm probably just going to do it on my own. Not so much go out and buy anything. I'll probably build it out of 2x4 or something. I mean, they look pretty nice. That's another thing people I know will modify and get different pedals. I mean, they got some good feel to them. The brake that feels pretty stiff. It's going to be very sensitive. This is what I really am looking forward to. The pedal being able to fluctuate the amount of acceleration I'm giving the car while I'm in the games. And I'm going to try and get my brother, since I just built his gaming PC, to get some racing games and get a set just like this. Let's check the steering wheel out. A little easier to unbox than I thought it was going to be. So this will sit on the floor, and I think there's so on the bottom here, these pop out to help grip the floor, I believe. You can just pop it out. I have hard wood, as you can see, so I'm probably not going to use that. I mean, it feels pretty sturdy on the hard wood. That's more for if you have carpet, I believe. And then you got, I mean, this wheel feels pretty nice. I did do a good amount of research on what wheel to get for my first one. And like I said, I have an Xbox, so I got the Xbox compatible one. And now, if it's just me, I don't plan on really playing on my Xbox. I'll probably play on my PC. But if I have friends over or something, I'll hook it up to my Xbox. And then on the other side of this, I believe this is how you will hook it up. So this, very similar, I believe. Then I can mount it to my desk with these. These should come out, I believe. I'll look in that further, but that's pretty much the unboxing with the instructions. And then everything should plug into this, and then this will plug into my computer, and that's how I'll use all of my pedals. So look in the bottom where, yeah, these do mount to my table. It's just not like the other one. The screws are up here, and this is what I'll use to mount. I'll unscrew this and screw this in. And then also on the bottom, you'll see there's my connectors. That's for my pedals. You can see like the little picture. And then that's my shifter right there. And then little wire canals here to route the wires nicely. And then you can see here, there's little screw holes. That's for if I were to buy a cockpit or a stand, it'll just bolt to it nicely. And then I do like this, a little thing to ravel the cord up in, so that if I do have extra, which I probably will, it can just go right under here. I can route it through here and ravel the extra under here, so it's not just dangling around. But I mean, it feels like a pretty nice wheel. It's nice leather. The wheel's not too firm, but I also don't have it hooked up yet. That might change once it's actively running. But I am looking forward to using this and using this shifter and getting it all set up at my PC. Like I said, I'll probably look at building a cockpit myself out of 2x4. I have an old car seat outside that I can probably use. But that'll be for a future video. I'll probably just set this up on my desk and mount it to the table and use it just for now. But pretty much that's everything unboxed. That's pretty much showing you how it's gonna be hooked up and hooked together. And then when I build my cockpit or whatever, 2x4, I'll have a review of me going over how I build it and the final result of it. All right, so I mean, that's it. I'll probably cut this video pretty short. You guys saw the steering wheel, the pedals, and the shifter. I'll get them hooked up to my PC and try them out. I'll make a follow-up video probably of what I think of the steering wheel and the pedals and the shifter. Obviously, this is going to be a beginner review of it. I'm not really into racing simulation as much as other people are. I do want to try it though and possibly get into it more. This is my first one. This is my first set. The last steering wheel I had was probably back on PlayStation 2, and it really didn't do anything, but it was like, you know, like a little spin of the wheel. But this one feels a lot nicer. Feels like it's built with pretty good quality. So I'll test it out, see what I think, and I'm going to try, like I said, to get my brother into it. So me and him can both just race on the games together and have a good time. But, thanks for checking this video out. Let me know if you're into racing simulating and what games you're playing, what gear you have, maybe some tweaks I can make. If you made your own cockpit, how you build it, I'll probably be building mine out of 2x4 just to give myself somewhere to have a seat with the shifter and pedals already on it. Hopefully it's small enough to the point where I can move it up and down the steps so that if I do have people over, I can hook up to my Xbox instead of having them all come up to my office to play it. But thanks for checking this video out. Make sure you hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. Stay tuned for more.